Welcome to Off the Cuff. I'm Mikey, and we're here with Milk Duct Tape. Guys, if you would please introduce yourselves and what you do with the band.
Hi, I'm Dan B. I play guitar.
I'm Matt. I play the bass.
My name is Dick Boots. I play drums.
So, what's some of your guys' influences with music?
Influences, huh? Well, depends. I mean, I like a lot of the bands around here. Like tonight we're playing with Nubby, and we're also playing with Flannel Season, and I would say those guys are influences to me. I really like the local scene a lot, so it's my influence.
In terms of our own songwriting, I mean, we just try to draw from, you know, desert rock, grunge rock, underground, garage rock type influences, loud guitars, big ass drums, loud amps, big amps.
A lot of the 90s.
Fuzz. A lot of fuzz.
There's some 90s, there's some 2000s in there too.
Yeah.
There's some 70s. I get tagged as like the guy who plays everything from 70s to, you know, modern rock.
It's just whatever we feel like playing, we'll play it.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
inspired by everything around us, you know?
Yeah.
You can get inspired by anything and everything.
It's true, like windshield wipers, man. One time I was listening to windshield wipers go back and forth, and it's like, that's a cool beat, and you start like humming along to it. And I wrote a song that way one day, just driving in the rain.
Make a good metronome.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how'd you guys meet to become a band?
Craigslist?
Yeah. The old fashioned way.
We hear a lot of that with a lot of bands. Some of them joke about it being that way, some of them actually did, so.
Yeah, no, it was, I mean, like, summer 2013, I was looking for a new gig, and I just trolled the local Craigslist, and Dan had a posting out for a grunge bass player wanted. It's like, well, I like grunge bands, and I play bass. So it was an email, and you do the first jam that's awkward, and the second one's less awkward, and you go from there, you know?
Yep. And then Adam and I have been playing in bands together since high school, just on and off, so there's that too.
Nice.
It's just one of those things, it's kind of like happenstance or random occurrence, but it works out.
Yeah.
I came in later. Then they had a drummer before me. He had to leave. I came in later. Transformed it into what do you see today?
That is true.
Nah.
So, back to the
Band
question.
name.
But, yeah.
We'll blame that one on Dan. Well, tell the story of how you came up with that one.
How did I come up with that name? I was reading about anatomy at the time, and I was opened onto a page of milk ducts of the human female form, and I got a phone call. And
National Geographic or what?
yeah, I was studying a magazine. No. It was. I like anatomy and I like learning about the human body and stuff. So I was looking at that, and someone called me and said, "Hey, we heard you have a new band. You know, do you want to play?" And I'm like, "Sure." And they're like, "Okay, we need a name now." And I was like, "We don't have a name yet." They're like, "Just give me a name." And I was like, I had been like talking about like maybe calling it duct tape or something, and I saw the milk duct and I was like, milk duct tape. And they were like, okay, that's going on the marquee, and we just kept it.
It's one of those things too that you do that first gig and it's like, okay, are you good? At that time it's like, well, we did one gig, who cares? And then will there be a second? And then there was a second, a third, a fourth, and yada yada.
Right.
It just cascades. But at some point you're just like, well, that's the name.
Yeah.
And so now you just own it. It is what it is, you know. I like it.
Yeah, it's a fun name.
It's unique.
Alright, so yeah, great name on how you came up with the name. That's probably the best story we've heard yet for that.
Nice.
What was the first song you guys wrote together?
As this trio, was it Falling Down?
Maybe.
Or was it
I mean, like
rearranging Glass Badass? It was one of those.
something like that. I mean, like there was coding that we did, but it was I don't know.
I'm talking about like what we did as
I want to say
trio.
Falling Down and
Woohoo was like in there, but
Falling Down was
we've
probably
cut
the
that
first
out of.
one.
I mean, that like didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Falling Down was the first one. System was close. System was broken.
Yeah.
Not too far.
There was like a handful, because Dan had a handful of tunes that he had done as part of the solo album, and so we took a lot of those and rearranged them for the band. And then I had a few solo tunes and we rearranged or finished the arrangement and got those going with the band. So it was kind of like right from the get-go, when we were a band, started the band, it wasn't, oh, now we need to write 10 songs. It was like, well, here's 12 songs, which ones do you want to play?
Yeah.
And so we kind of had that luxury of, we already had the base with which we could build our set list from. And it was just a matter of figuring out the arrangements and getting all that done.
But we also do write stuff together as
Oh,
a
yeah.
band too. We'll start jamming riffs and just
Yeah.
like let's turn that into a song,
Just some of the best work that way.
Yeah, exactly. And it feels like a cohesive band thing. I mean, we always, no matter who brings in a song, we try to make it cohesive and make it our own. But
Just think about Glass Badass, because I just listened to the original arrangement of that not too long ago. It's like,
yeah,
it's fun. It would be fun if you did an A/B comparison of the original version of that versus what it turned into. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, it's the same lyrics, but it's a completely different song.
it is.
On our EP, Styrofoam Tombstone.
Oh, there we go.
Now available on Bandcamp and iTunes.
Spotify.
Yeah,
Where else is
Spotify.
that?
iHeartRadio.
It's everywhere.
SoundCloud.
If it's on the internet,
Yeah.
music on the internet, it's there. Steal it. Put it up on Pirate Bay. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Morpheus. Remember Morpheus?
Morpheus.
Kazaa. The old
Kazaa,
days.
I remember Kazaa.
Napster.
A lot of viruses.
Get on your Napster and get milk duct tape right now.
So, I'll just go ahead and ask the age-old question for every grunge genre person that knows anything about Nirvana. What do you think was the deal with Kurt Cobain? Do you think he really killed himself, or do you think that's just some giant conspiracy?
I think
He did it.
I buy that he did it.
he did it.
I would, just because of the way some of his lyrics pointed at
Yeah.
some of the stuff towards the end of his life, so I can see that.
Well, there's a new. I mean, like, I don't know. I haven't seen the film yet, but I read an interview with the guy who just did the new Cobain film, and he said he found the actual. He said he found the actual suicide note that they didn't release, and Cobain wrote that he knew Courtney was cheating on him with Billy, and couldn't take it. Didn't want to lose his family. So
The real scoop here with Duct.
that's right.
I've been thinking about checking into that documentary. I'm not a big Nirvana fan by any means, but
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a
Still.
good rock and roll history, if anything.
It's also part of a cultural moment,
Yeah,
pre and post death.
right.
So, all right, what songs you guys have picked out for us to perform tonight that we're gonna record to air with your interview here?
Well, tonight we'll play most of the EP.
Styrofoam Tombstone.
Wait, are you asking like what we're gonna play tonight, or like what songs?
Like, which song are you gonna want us to put up on your interview?
Oh yeah. I would probably put Glass Badass up.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Our system is broken.
Well, we don't have a shareable version of that.
Oh, you're talking about.
Yeah, he's talking about like recorded tracks we already have.
Last
Oh.
Badass might not be a bad album.
Well, just
put
whichever
Glass
track
Badass.
you guys want us to record, we'll put up on your interview.
Okay.
We could put
So-
that one up or Falling Down. Those are kind of the two singles,
Right.
like the ones that they played on the IPR a little bit.
We shot videos for them that are unreleased.
All right, so we'll be back with these guys' performance.
By milk duct tape.
All right. Yeah.
It goes a little something like this. I'm a good-looking ass wolf and clean conscious son of a gun. intense man. I'm a gin drinking, vapor smoking, flavored peach in hand. I'll give you goosebumps, 2 lumps of sugar, and a real good time. In your coffee or your tea, as you please, so relax, unwind. I'm so bright when I kiss the sun. I taste more than a golden tongue. You can see through me, I clear the path. You can call me a glass badass. I'm a real good to myself and across the field, because we should use our love like a broadcast station. Everybody's got something to move, not move mountains. Everybody's got some place to be, and we're here now. So I'll say, I'm so bright when I kiss the sun. I take more than a golden sun. You can see through me, I clear the path. You can call me a glass badass. I'm a glass badass, and it's time to kick some ass. I'm a glass badass, mother. I'm a glass badass, yeah, it's time to kick some ass. I'm a glass badass, mother. Glass badass, yeah, it's time to kick some ass. I'm a glass badass, mother. Glass badass, oh, it's time to kick some ass. I'm a glass badass, mother.
And we're back with Flannel Season. If you guys would please introduce yourselves and what it is you do with the band.
I'm Larson, I sing, play drums.
I'm Claire, I do some vocals and play bass.
Okay, I play guitar.
I'm Joe. I sing and play guitar and look really awkward on stage.
Woo! So, what's some of you guys' musical influences?
Ooh, lots of influences. Well, and we started off as a grunge band, sort of alternative rock band. So a lot of our influences initially were like Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, L7, Babes in Toyland, all that stuff. But then, you know, a lot of us sort of took a shift in the last couple years, trying to get more into like stoner rock and doomy metal stuff. A lot of Sleep, High on Fire, Red Fang for sure, stuff like that with a little more bite to it, but still has that nice classic, heavy tube amp sound to it. So, I mean, I feel like that's a lot of influence as far as where I'm coming from when I bring songs up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, you covered all the bases there. There's nothing. I don't think anything less to say.
I noticed some,
Yeah, right.
I noticed some Sabbathy sounding stuff in your guys' one of your guys' song on Reverb Nation.
Yeah, well, you can't play good dark rock music without hitting Sabbath at some point, man.
Exactly. It's just about every musician who likes that type of music. It's gotta be Sabbath.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, how'd you guys meet and become a band?
I think we kind of met at a party, didn't we?
Pretty much. Like over at Jay's house, probably. Jay and Allie's crib. Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of hanging out with similar people and bumped into each other a few times. And I think Claire believes it was like a St. Patty's Day sort of drunken moment where we're like, we're going to do a band.
We should totally bring a band, man.
I mean, of course, we can't really remember or be sure because it was a St. Patty's Day moment. It may or may not have happened. But I mean, needless to say, we started playing music. Started off as a three-piece, and then when we got a little more solid in there, we got Kay involved too, and then just sort of grew from this cover band thing to this nearly all original music thing, which has been great. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. What was the first song you guys wrote as a band?
All right.
I think it's either Love Shaft. What's the real name of that song?
The Crawling Chaos. It's a love H.P. Lovecraft. I keep wanting to say Love Shaft.
It's either that or Uncle Satan.
I mean, I feel like Uncle Satan was probably that was definitely the first riff we ever wrote. I think we finished Love Shaft, Crawling Chaos before that, but then Uncle Satan was definitely like the first thing we started. And that's one of the few things, I mean, that's one of those we still play now, which is cool. And that's on our EP, so that's cool too.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Your EP is that tonight's release?
That is tonight's release. It's a digital-only EP, 4 songs, self-titled Flannel Season. We got that on CD Baby and iTunes. Of course, CD Baby gives us more money. That's just how iTunes works, you know. But yeah, no, it's cool. We got to do a thing where it was a song that featured every lead vocalist. So Joe starts it with sort of our most grungy thing. Claire's got a song on there, which is like sort of halfway between. Then we got this instrumental that's a lot more heavier, ayahuasca, heavier and spacier. And then I get to close it out with the Autumn song, which is the longest song we played. We've written like 8 minutes long. Lots of doomy drums, harmonies, all the kind of stuff we like to do, and we've moved towards from our grunge roots. So.
Oh yeah. So how'd you guys come up with the name Flannel Season? I mean, I can talk for all.
Well, it sort of makes sense with the beginning of the band, having grunge roots, and that's like one of the main aspects of you can identify visually what grunge is. There's a person with the flannel on.
Yeah, and you know, any weather that you can wear flannel in is like the best weather anyway. So, so that flannel season, that fall season, is just key.
That's when I always fall in love. So.
There you go.
Spring as well. Rolling into summer.
I mean, it's spring now and it's beautiful flannel weather. I feel bad not wearing one. I know.
It's our gimmick, brother.
It's always one of us.
Gimmick ruined. Start over, new band. That's it. See you guys later.
Flannel Season just broke up on our show, dude. That's awesome.
This is a bad thing.
You're seeing it first here on Off the Cuff.
Yeah, we're cursed. We're done. Goodbye.
Exclusive breakup interview.
No, our curse was our last show. Got a little too tipsy at that show and couldn't conduct an interview.
Oh boy.
We actually had one of the bands, their smoke machine broke, and if you ever played Just Jules in Cedar Rapids, the smoke machine broke, and I was like, we got tipsy, we were partying with the band, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go get some musical fog, I'll be right back. Because their smoke machine just totally smoked out the whole bar. And
that's a small bar, man. That's tiny place.
When I went into video editing, you can't even see the band, you just saw fog, and I was like, I got musical fog.
Oh man. Well, we probably won't have that problem tonight, we'll see.
No.
I could edit this part out, that's why I get to talk.
Come on, that was the best part.
Not yet. No. The best part is when you guys, initiate Mikey here. Kick him around. That's what I do.
Jump him into the gang. Right.
So, going over to your Doomy roots now, Black Sabbath, how do you feel about them only doing one more album and calling it quits?
I don't know. I'm of the mind that people need to keep growing musically, and I feel like they reached a point where they weren't growing for a while, and I think maybe it's best for that project to move on. I mean, they've got so many classics and so many things that have changed the face of music, that to keep going and make stuff that is less than that and is less relevant, I feel like would just be detrimental to their legend.
Plus, what else is there really left for them to do anyway?
Yeah,
They're fucking sad.
And those first 2 albums have like
all of the best classic rock metal-y songs ever written. So, I mean, I'm just happy they went on after that for as long as they did.
Yeah. That was a really great thing.
Yeah.
So, what song you guys got picked out for us tonight for the show?
Which one did we want to do, huh? Anyone think about that one? We were thinking about doing one from the EP. Maybe, One Foot in Hell was mentioned because they had a little bit of that crossover.
Yeah. Let's do that one.
We'll do that one. One Foot in Hell. That's featuring her lead vocals.
Yes.
And a nice little instrumental outro.
And me looking awkward.
Yeah.
As much as possible.
Hey guys, have a good night, and we'll be back with their performance.
Hey, thanks.
One Foot in Hell.
Walking in a lonely wood, feeling lower than you should. You see what's beneath your feet. Having time to talk to you. All the lakes good and blue. Waiting for the day that you'll be gone. One more day, stay the fuck away. No future for the land. One foot in hell, straight to the bell. That's inside of me. I've had enough counterfeit. All of my bullshit. Yes, I know exactly where you stand. Begging for far too long. We ain't damn the word. What the fuck is left to say? One more day. Stay the fuck away. No future for the land. One foot in hell, stand to the bell. That's inside of me. One more day, stay the fuck away. No future for the man. One foot in hell, stand to the bell. You got the inside of me. Bye.